Already today's city challenge, the SCRS Stealth, Misplaced Gear, Fog, and Takedown Limit. And it's mainly going to be about Takedown Limit since, to put it quite simply, Misplaced Gear and Fog don't really matter here. Mainly because for Misplaced Gear, we can literally work with any items for SCRS, and as for Fog, it's not like it's hidden UI, so things should go just fine. At least that's kind of the hope. So once we lure you over here, we're just gonna have you try and get off the radio, and then hopefully not lure anyone else on the way trying to bring you in. So as long as you get off the radio relatively quickly, things should go just fine. So we're just gonna quickly do this, we're gonna quickly move you in, and then hopefully all goes well from here on out. And I mean, Cyber's a K45 now, so as long as no one's lured, which really shouldn't happen, things are gonna go just fine. But now that we've got a disguise, all we have to do is just go through here, avoid literally everything, and then try and figure out how we're gonna get some security disguise. And right now is quite genuinely the best time, so we're just gonna get this open, and well, we're just gonna lure. That's kind of how this works, so once we lure you, we're gonna have to try and avoid the radio since, well, to put it quite simply, the radios aren't exactly what we want. So hopefully you're gonna get off the radio, because otherwise it's gonna be a bit more complicated than that. But I mean, once again, works out just fine. That really wasn't what I had in mind there, but I suppose it works out. We've got a radio now that we have to answer, and since we're almost certainly gonna have another one, well, to put it quite simply, we're just gonna have to avoid radios whilst trying to take out the agents, or just another radio in general, since that is rather important for not getting caught. But now that we have a disguise, we're just gonna go through here, and then afterwards we're just gonna drop a gun. It's quite simple really, it's just so that we can completely ignore the... Never mind then, we're just gonna grab an unsuppressed gun, which works out just as well. I mean, sure, not exactly what we want, but then again, Hemlock's not really in the place that we want either. So we're just gonna grab the gun, Hemlock's not gonna care, and we're just gonna go through here, and then hopefully it's a security room. It is not a security room, we're just gonna go through here instead, and then hopefully at some point we'll find a security room so that we can hack the cameras. Since at some point time is most definitely of the essence, and we've got a blue wire to search for later on, so we're just gonna go through here, avoid getting caught because that's kind of how this works, and then afterwards, well, I mean, this is a completely useless room. So we could always go through here instead. This might be the wire that we're looking for, which it isn't. Then who knows, this might be the room. Which it isn't. So instead we're just gonna grab a blowtorch and move along with our lives. Hello there, please just ignore me. I'm just gonna go through here, and you're just not gonna care. That's kind of how this works, so hopefully no one's gonna complain about it. But now we're gonna go in through here since it feels marginally faster, and time is most definitely of the essence, because, well, we aren't really planning on taking out this room, and that's relatively important for not getting caught. But we could always go through here, see if there are any agents over here, and then afterwards, well, hopefully, there's someone somewhere nice. Which, I mean, there is the box, which I guess is quite nice, it's just not that it really matters that much. And before we finally disable it, we're gonna check it's the right one, because who knows, something might go terrifyingly wrong, and if that happens, we're not gonna be in for a good time. But so far, no one's here yet, so I suppose it does make things quite simple. Actually, hold on. Hemlock, keep moving. Don't do that. That's not what we had in mind, but I suppose it works out just fine. We could always go through here, be very, very much aware of that camera over there since we're gonna have to open this door later, and I am not looking forward to getting caught later on. So we're gonna find that camera first, which it's this one, and then we're gonna blowtorch this open. And then afterwards, hopefully the agents will go somewhere nice. Or maybe the tech goes somewhere... Well, I mean, that works too as well. It's not really what we want, but I suppose it works out just as well. So we're gonna search this, and then we've got a camera to look out for, and then afterwards we can finally go back outside. Which Nightshade's right over there. And that's like, never mind, Nightshade's not going somewhere useful, so it's not like that really matters. So as long as you keep moving, I can just go out through here, and no one's gonna care. Which is genuinely fantastic, but so far there's nothing of use, or nothing of value. So we're just gonna run through here, and then afterwards try and, well, find something of some sort. And then afterwards, well... Hi there. I know you've stood up, but this is not your concern. So we're just gonna go over here instead, and presumably have a radio to answer decently soon. But then again, the security room isn't exactly close by, so hopefully we're gonna do just fine. Because once again, that's kind of the hope here. And once again, the hope does kind of involve trying to find the agents. And so far, it's not looking good, but we're gonna search this computer, and then we're just gonna wait. And we're just gonna wait. Because we don't really have another option right now. So we're just gonna try and look out for any security that's gonna be walking by. Or more accurately, taking a really long time to walk over here, since that's kind of how far this is from the security room. So hopefully, we won't have a radio to answer, because otherwise I'm not gonna be in for a great time. So once I'm completely safe, and I'm sure I'm safe, we can just ignore, you're going through a shortcut. That's very creative, but it's not exactly what I wanted. But I mean, that does cause some perfection. So we're just gonna answer the radio now, since that is, right, a blowtorch door. Which is kind of obvious, but we're just gonna back this up, whilst Nightshade is quite literally in the worst position ever. At least for right now. Because it is the best position ever, it's just that we're very far away. So we're gonna go through here, all the way through here, and we're just gonna run, since that's kind of how this is gonna work. I mean, it's not like we really have a different choice, but Nightshade's there now, which isn't really what we want, to say the least. But we could always just wait and see where Nightshade goes, and hopefully it'll be somewhere nice. So we're just gonna have Nightshade hopefully go somewhere else, and maybe have Hemlock go somewhere else, or maybe, even better, it's just gonna be the first agent that we take out. And we're just gonna get a USB, and everything is gonna be fantastic. As always, that's the hope. Clearly, it's not gonna happen so far, so we're just gonna continue waiting, because it's not like we really have an option, and at some point in the future, we really might just want to consider hostage them, and it's gonna go just fine. So hopefully you go inside right now, since that would be genuinely quite fantastic. So I can take you out, maybe get a USB, but unfortunately today does not seem like the day, so we're not gonna get a USB. It's quite a shame really, but then again, we've got a bag now that we most definitely have to dispose of, and we've also got Nightshade that we most definitely have to keep track of. So as long as everyone can just go somewhere else, I can quickly open this door, and I can quickly just dump everything that I very much do not need. And right now genuinely seems like the best time, so hopefully no one else opens that, which really shouldn't happen. So we're just gonna organize everything real quick, and then afterwards, essentially, hi there, essentially, just follow Nightshade around. That's kind of how this is. Or more accurately, that's kind of how the hope is. But right now seems like a great time for you to just walk by, all the way into the corridor, and for everything to go just absolutely fantastic. But into the corridor isn't exactly what I asked for. Though then again, it feels, never mind. I mean, that's essentially as convenient as I could possibly have asked for, but we're gonna back you up since there's a very real chance that the tech is gonna go right over here, right now. And that's not exactly what we want. So we're just gonna dump this in here, get out of there, and then quickly work on a hack since time is most definitely working against us right now. So we're gonna have to blowtorch this open. And then hopefully, all goes well from here on out. Because it very well might not. And if that happens, we're not gonna be in for a good time. Because from right now, we've got around, let's just say, a minute and a half. At best. So we're gonna have to search this, we're gonna have to put in the USB, and we're just gonna have to run, and we're just gonna have to hope for the best. So hopefully, this is gonna finish soon, but whilst we wait, we can check that the weapon scanners are indeed down, so once we're done, we can just run through here, have no one see that, which genuinely I'm very thankful for, and then just run through here, all the way through here, and then get out of here, which I would consider as rather important. So hopefully Cyber can actually realize that we have to get out right now, because that would be rather important. And then finally, that's the daily challenge that is just under 10 minutes and 15 seconds, which we were around 15 seconds away from things going terribly wrong if Cyber were to have not escaped and continued looking at the cameras. Cheers everyone, have a great time!